Hello, welcome to the channel, and today I thought I would do a quick focus on the oldest models in the collection before I put all the models away again. And as you can see, this is the Rogue Trader era models that have been collected since 40,000 was launched, and there are several units of the 7th company of Eagle Marines, which are a reserve company in the current fluff, but back in the Rogue Trader era the 7th company was a special unit of the Ultramarines. So I'm just going to see if I can locate the reference in either the book or in the White Dwarf to show you. Okay, so looking in the main Rogue Trader rule book, there is no fluff on the individual chapters particularly, although obviously that images of the chapters that we are now familiar with, but it was that particular image that caught my imagination, and that's how my Marines were first painted up. But my White Dwarf collection from number 93, obviously this was the launch of Warhammer 40,000, and yeah, a lot of it's familiar. Image again in the White Dwarf. So yeah, Ultramarines were not the poster boys originally, it was the Crimson Fists, and that was one of the reasons I chose the Ultramarines, because they weren't the Crimson Fists, and I wasn't to know that they would be the poster boys pretty soon afterwards. So interestingly, after issue number 93, I don't seem to have issue 94. But issue 95 has the famous Zoid / deodorant bottle grav tank, which I did make one. I've no longer got it, but it it was something I did do back then. So that was issue number 95. And then issue number 96. Forgive me, I had these bookmarked and lost them all. So issue number 96 is interesting. So here we have first mention of Ravenwing, which yeah, goes into quite a bit of detail as you can see. But then issue number 97 is the one I was actually looking for, which is Index Astartes Ultramarines. And when this came out, this was the inspiration for me to have the 7th company, the famous image of Marneus Calgar there, which is a model which I will show you shortly. and where he's positioned in my collection, but chapter organisation all pretty much as was, but it was the Warrior companies, later to become Battle companies, and as they were all laid out, the one that caught my eye was 7th Company, Sacrifice, the Captain U1, and there's a lieutenant back then, and there's chaplain named, and they're on a rating, and that was their company badge, which I think probably at the time, not only the 7th Company's name and appeal was the fact that the badge seemed fairly straightforward to paint, so that's why my Marines became 7th Company. As I say, at the time they were a Warrior company and not a reserve company, so it made sense to me, but obviously the rest of the index goes through all of the options. Anyhow, medics played such a big part then, and yeah, the famous characters, and now all of the Chief Librarians, Master of the Apothecarian, yeah, Master of the Forge, yeah, all there. There you go, and there is squad of the 7th Company. So that's the reason why I'm 7th Company. Okay, so now you've got the background as to why the 7th Company of Marines was my chosen company. You see them all again, all our medics, and here we have, yeah, that's where he resides now, rather than having a model on a base that is in a sitting pose and looking awkward. He sits in a rhino. So several of these miniatures have had more than one paint job, but some of those echoes of the dark blue and light blue camouflage scheme can still be made out on one or two of them, but yeah, they're now Eagle Marines and not Ultramarines, so they fit in with my chapter. So what was I going to mention here? So one of the things on the rhinos that I noticed there was that in the early editions, rhinos had twin bolters, and then it was later updated to have a storm bolter. So the earliest models have 2 bolters, but then when I was modelling later purchases, gluing the 2 bolters together to create a storm bolter, that was a quick fix. So yeah, this is probably the final time that these will be out for some time. So that is one last little remnant of the 7th Company's Sacrifice badge on one of the vehicles, and yeah, just never painted over it. So that's as it remains. So yeah, I would like to do this again at some point, but it took a while, so it will be some time. But I'm really pleased to have the opportunity to catalogue my collection. So that's it for that one. I'll do a further update that has the second company, second edition models highlighted and explained in more detail. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye for now.